Hey people! So today I will be creating this look right here. I apologize for my voice and maybe the lack of oomph I may have in this video. I'm trying to get over multiple things, including the flu and bronchitis, so I apologize. I wanted to create a very romantic type of Valentine's Day look, and I'm happy with how this turned out. So if you want to see how I accomplished this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I have already set and primed my eyelids and gotten my sexy shadow shield on because I do want to do a wing with this look. So the first color that I'm going to go in with in the crease is from Makeup Geek, and it's called Sorbet. It's a very soft, pretty pinky color. And I'm going to be inserting that into the crease with the Morphe M441 fluffy brush. So just take this from the outer to the inner corner, buffing this into your crease as your first transition shade. When I think Valentine's Day, I think pink and red. So I do a lot of red. I like red, obviously. So I figured I would do a pink kind of a look this time. Okay, so we're gonna kick this up like 2 notches. I'd say notch, but it's really like 2 notches. So I'm gonna go into my Morphebabe palette right here, and I'm about to go in with this hashtag besties color right here. So I'm gonna put that on the Morphe M441 brush and lightly coat that. Start out this way, just because it'll put that pink in there lighter, not quite as intense yet. And I kind of feel like that Sorbet color didn't quite show up like I thought it would. So just put this from the inner to the outer corner. And I guess you're gonna kind of sort of treat this as a transition shade too, or your first transition shade. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with that same pink besties color, but I'm now gonna go in with the Morphe M433 brush and get this a little more concentrated into the crease. So just go from the outer to inner corner, but you're gonna stay in your crease, do not go above it. Now I'm going to go back in with that Morphe M441 fluffy brush and make sure all of the edges are softened. Okay, so now it's time to start toning down the pink a little bit. I'm going to go in with the Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas palette, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is called Bossy. Just put that color on your Morphe M433 brush and put this into your crease from the outer to inner corner. Then I'm going to go in with that Morphe M441 brush and we're just going to buff those edges. I'm going to go in with this color from Makeup Geek called Tuscan Sun, and it's more of like a purpley pink, I guess. I don't know, I have a hard time describing this color. It's kind of unique. Just put that from the outer to the inner corner, and as you can see, I'm sort of starting to wing things out as well. Sorry guys, I've been sick for like the last 2 weeks. Pretty sure I got the flu again, and then I got bronchitis, and I'm just not with it. I am not with it. Okay, so we're gonna try one more color in the crease. I'm gonna see, I don't even know what I'm doing now. So I'm gonna go in with this color also from Makeup Geek called Cupcake, and it's more of a pinky purple type of a color. And we're gonna go from the inner to outer crease using the M433 brush. This is sort of gonna dusty it up a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going back in with my Morphe M441 fluffy brush to blend those edges together. Alright, so now we're going to put color on our outer corners, and I'm going to mix 2 colors. I want to take this color right here called Aphrodite, or Aphrodite, I can't remember which one it is. And it's more of a purpley fudge shade. And I want to mix it with Makeup Geek's Corrupt, which is a black. So I'm just going to take those two and mix them together on my M433 brush and pat that on the outer corners. So you'll kind of see me pounce it where I want it and then start to spread it around. So now go in with your Morphe M441 brush and we're going to soften in those edges. So I'm going to go in with those two colors again. If you're happy with the intensity of your outer corners as they are right now, you are perfectly welcome to stop. But I just want to add just one more layer. Well, this is probably not one more, but we are going to add another layer. Okay, so now I kind of want to do like sort of a half cut crease sort of a thing. I'm going to go in with my little Tarte Shape Tape concealer. It doesn't matter what kind of concealer you use, but we're just gonna do a little dab dab. And I'm gonna take my e.l.f. concealer brush, put it on the main lid. And you're not gonna go all the way into the crease. You're gonna leave some crease alone because you don't want to wipe away a lot of that pinky shade that we have going. Kind of like going along the shape of your eye. And you're kind of going like right below your crease. And you're going to kind of stop where your outer corner colors start. And we're going to make it fade into that outer corner. Alright, so for our lid color, I'm going to go in with this Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow called Mai Tai. And it's a very pretty pink kind of color. I'm going to wet my brush and I'm going to be using the Morphe M167 flat shader brush. And we're going to put this everywhere that we just put the concealer. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my little Morphe M506 brush and go in there and sort of buff these edges softly together. Buffing me softly. Okay, so if you want to stop here on your lid, that's perfectly fine. This looks pretty cute. But I'm going to go a little step further. I'm going to use my NYX Pigment Primer here. And I'm going to put a coat of the Rose Gold Retro. And this is the Stila eyeshadows, liquid eyeshadows. And so I wanted to add a little bit of sparkle to this. So I'm going to put this on top. But I have noticed, I mean, when this goes on, it goes on very easily. But once things start to dry, that glitter just falls off all over my face. So I feel like putting this on first really helps everything stay on my lid. So just pat that all over where you just put the Mai Tai. Now put this everywhere you just put the glue. Alright, so once you have the glitter everywhere that you want it, you're going to need to soften the edges again from the outer corner to your lid color. Because you can see it's kind of harsh. So we're just going to blend that together a little bit. And I am going to go back in with the Morphe M506 brush. Take a tiny, tiny bit of the Aphrodite and the Corrupt. And you're just going to soften the edges where the Stila meets your outer corner. Okay, so now we're going to start on our wing. I'm going to go in with the Maybelline New York Eye Studio Gel Eyeliner. as always, and it's just in Blackest Black. Today I'm going to try going back to my Sephora Pro Angled Liner Brush right here. I usually use that little pencil Tarte eyeliner brush, but I think I want to try this. I haven't used it in a while. And I'm going to dampen that with water as well. You do this and stick it into the eyeliner. It will help you work with the eyeliner and help it glide on much easier. So now I'm going to put on a coat of mascara on the top lashes, and I'll be using the Stila Huge Extreme Lash Mascara. Now it is time to remove the shadow shields. Now we're just going to take a makeup wipe and clean up all of the fallout that we have. For lashes today, I'm going to be using the Velour lashes, and they're in You Complete Me. Okay, so I am going to let the eyes settle for a minute, and we are going to start on the face. The first thing I'm going to put on my face is actually going to be my moisturizer. I put on my vitamin C this morning. This is the De-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops from Drunk Elephant. I absolutely love this product. I love it for putting it, you mix it with your moisturizer, because if you use it by itself, it's a little too intense. And it's really, really nice to use when you're not going to be wearing any makeup. The daily moisturizer I'm using right now is called the Tatcha Water Cream. This is very, very pricey. I wish I had never discovered it, but I did. It has a lot of other benefits that I can't really explain. It's one of those things like you don't know what you got till it's gone. Well, it has this little spatula thing, so I put it on my hand. It's good to not have to stick your fingers into your moisturizer for sanitary reasons. And then I just take 1 pump of the De-Bronzy. 1 pump can be kind of big. And then I just mix it together on my hand. This is just a really, you know, I stopped sunbathing a couple years ago now. Not too long ago. Not as long ago as it should have been. I do the sunless tanning, but sunless tanning is like a lot of work, probably because I'm lazy. So it's also not something that I tend to keep up during the winter. I just rub this in, and I take it down my neck and my chest as well, because I don't have anywhere near the color that this gives me, and you would see a definite line if I didn't go all the way down to my neck. Now we're going to prime the skin, and I'm going to be using the Becca Velvet Blurring Primer. Next, I am going in with my Tarte CC Under Eye Corrector. This is in the shade Light Medium. And we're going to use this to help conceal the dark circles under our eyes, and I use it to cover up the brown spots on my forehead. So I'm just taking my e.l.f. concealer brush, and I go into my inner corners. When I don't feel good, my dark circles are even worse, which is great because they were already bad. Make sure you get those inner corners. And if you don't have dark circles the whole way under, a lot of people just have darkness right in here and it kind of stops, and you can stop this there. So next we are going to be putting on foundation. I figure Valentine's Day is a good day to wear foundation. So I'm going to go in with the Etherist Skin Illuminating Foundation by Kevyn aucoin. I'm going to be blending this in using my Damp Real Technique sponge. I feel like this foundation looks amazing in pictures. And it's not super, this is not a super duper cakey coverage type of foundation. So I know it's buildable. I would say that it's more of a medium coverage. So just pat that into the skin. I like using a beauty blender, beauty sponge. I just feel like it makes the foundation melt into the skin and you don't risk any like brush strokes. And take that down the neck. For concealer, I am going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. So I have been using this for at least 2 weeks. I absolutely love this. She really catered to a lot of different skin tones. So she just goes from, you know, dark to super light. And I feel like her line is very good for oily to combination skin. And they got rid of my Makeup Forever HD concealer, which was why I ended up shopping for a new one. And this stuff just, I mean, at the end of the day, the finish is still so good. This stuff really stands up to the oils on my face. And it gives a very pretty coverage. But I'm just putting that underneath of my eyes. I'm a little broke out here, so I'm just gonna tiny bit there. And I'm broke out along my jawline. But I don't put a ton of concealer on when I have foundation on. Okay, now we're gonna set all this, and I'm going to be using the Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is in the color 2 Medium. I really like this powder. I've hit pan on it. So I'm gonna use the Morphe E41 Fluffy Brush to put this all over my face. This gets the product on without really packing it on too thick. And this stuff is very lightweight. It does add a little bit of color. I really like this powder. And I take that down my neck. Next, I'm setting my under eyes, and I'm going to be using the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. I go back and forth in between this and the e.l.f. under eye powder. It looks like e.l.f. was getting rid of it, or at least it wasn't getting carried in a lot of stores. I couldn't find it in store anymore. So I ventured out to find a new under eye powder and came across this guy at Ulta, and I really like it. Now I'm going to fill in my eyebrows, and I'll be using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Shape and Fill, and I'm using this color in light brunette. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to finish the eyes. So I'm going to go back in with this Besties color right here. And I'm going to be putting that on my lower lash line using the Sigma Flat Definer E15 brush. So you're just going to go from the outer to the inner corner, hugging your lash line. Now I'm going to go in with the Aphrodite color, and I'm going to use that same flat definer brush, and we're going to put this on the outer corner, but we're not going to go all the way to the inner corner. So you're going to start on the outer edge, and we are going to take this to about halfway down. So I guess stop it to the middle of where your iris would be if you were looking straight forward. Now we're going to go in with that Corrupt color, that black Makeup Geek that we used before. And we're going to put that on the outer corner, but you're going to just stay in place. You're not going to bring it down to where you stopped the Aphrodite. you're pretty much just kind of wiggling it in place, if that makes sense. Now we're going to smudge all of this out. I'm going to go in with my Morphe E18 brush to do this. So now I'm going to highlight my inner corners and my brow bones. I'm going to go into the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palettes, and I'm going to be using these two shades right here, in Light and Beam. And Light is this guy right here. It's got a little more of a pinky undertone, and this guy right here is Beam, and it's got a little bit more of a yellow undertone. And I just like to mix those two together because they're awesome. For my inner corners, I am going to be using that little Morphe E36 pencil brush. Next, I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs Highliner in Blacquer, and I'm going to line my waterlines and tightline. And the eyes are all done. All right, so now we're going to get some life back into this face. So I'm gonna go in with the Hoola bronzer. It's a little darker than the Tarte Amazonian Clay bronzer that I tend to use, but because I am so pale, I am gonna use this guy to help give me some life. And I'm going to be using the Kat Von D number 4 brush. Using a brush like this size will help you create a kind of a light contour without actually doing a harsh contour, if that makes sense. Just go along your cheekbones, doing that. My C3PO. She loves C3PO. Just go along that jawline and my temples. I'm gonna make sure to go into the hairline. And I'll also kind of go onto my ear as well. I have been very impressed with this bronzer since I got it, but I really need to see how I feel about it once summer hits, when the heat and the humidity start making my face really oily. Then I'll be interested to see how it holds up. Go along the perimeters of this 5 head. Try to make it a little smaller, tie everything in together. So normally I don't do like a super contour on my nose, but I guess I'll try a little bit of one just because it's a Valentine's Day look. I am gonna go in with my lighter bronzer though. I'm gonna go in with the Park Avenue Princess. It's just a tad lighter than the Hoola. And I'm going to use this Luxie 207 medium angled shading brush. And you lightly want to put it on there. You can always add, it's really hard, a lot harder to take away. I do kind of start from the tip of my eyebrow and start my way down. And you want to go to the outsides of your nose. And you only want to come in as far as you want your nose to look as far as width. So I'm kind of stopping right where the curve of my nose starts. I'm going to start on the other side. Again, just stop right where that curve of your nose starts for like the tip of your nose. I don't know what to call it. So now you're kind of doing the same thing. You're bringing in this part as small as you want. So you're going to start coming inward. And you're going to go as far up as you want that tip to look. I don't think I'm explaining this very well. But you can make this area, the tip of your nose, look smaller as well. And I meet it in the middle here. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of my RCMA translucent powder. It's just in a little different container here. And you don't want to leave these lines harsh. Like, you do not want straight ass lines like this on your face. Like you just took a pen and went eep, eep. So you want to try and buff out those edges. I'm going to be using, this is the Firma 202, and this is a lot like the Luxie one I just used. There's just no product on it. And so I'm going to take this and go down the middle of my nose. Just straight down. And then you're going to take this on the sides underneath of your contour. As so. And then I'm taking this brush, no product on it, and now I'm going to start buffing those lines, and you want to buff down. Oh, and I am going to take that Hoola bronzer again with that big fluffy brush and take that down my neck. For blush, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour blush, and this is in the color Seduce. It's a really pretty pinky color. I am putting that on with a big angled Morphe brush. So I'm going to use two different kinds of highlight on my face today. The first one I'm going to use is from Fenty Beauty, and it's the Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo. And I'm going to go in first with this guy right here, and it's called Fire Crystal. And I'm using the Morphe M501 brush, and I'm just going to put this on the tops of my cheeks. Make sure to stay out of your eye bags. If you highlight your eye bags, it's not cute. I go along my temple. I have oily skin, so I do not take this all over my forehead. My forehead gets shiny enough. Then I am going to take that little angled brush that we used to put the RCMA powder on, and I'm going to use that to highlight the very center of my nose. So this highlight is fine, you can stay here. I wanted to put on the Laura Geller Charming Pink on top of it, just because it's Valentine's Day and we kind of got the pink in the eyes, and I kind of wanted to, I thought it'd be cute to have the pink highlight on top. So just gonna put that on top of everywhere that I just put that Fenty Beauty highlighter. I'm now going to go in and set these eyebrows, and I'll be using the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. So for the lips, the first thing I'm going to go in with is my Bite Beauty Crayon, and this is in the color called Sugarcane. Next, I'm going to put on some gloss, and I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs Enamored High Shine Lip Blacquer, and this is in the color called Flink. This is in the color called Pink Flamingo. And then one more thing, I would like to put on the lip topper from Jouer, and this is in Saint Tropez. And it's just got sparkle in it, and I would like to add some sparkle to my lips to sort of match the eyes. Now we're going to set all this, and I'll be using the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray. Then we dry it all in place. Okay people, so this is the finished look. I don't know that I've ever posted a Valentine's Day look before. I think this is a very cute, romantic Valentine's Day look. and I'm happy with how it turned out. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial today. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and click that little bell down below and it will notify you the next time I upload a video. I will see you guys next time.